time for a one-on-one interview with our good friend Dustin from the Novo Brewery. Woo-hoo. Let's say hello.
How you doing, Dustin?
I'm doing amazing. Thanks for having me back.
You know, they love the brewery and everything, but the pizza, really.
Oh, it's a deal maker right there.
The pizza is
so good.
Robert Weems, he wasn't going to come down tonight, and I said, what about pizza?
Yep, that's right. That's right.
You're hooked.
We're going. We're going. So, you guys have a big event coming up, don't you?
Oh, so we're actually participating in the San Diego International Beer Festival this weekend. They actually gave out all the awards already, but they actually present all the awards on Saturday. So we'll
congratulations.
We did not win, but we did win in Philadelphia 1 month ago. We won a bronze medal for our Corvo Negro. It's a Russian Imperial Stout. Out of about 60 or 70 entries, we got third place worldwide.
For stouts?
For stouts,
excellent.
yes.
Wow,
Congrats.
that's pretty good. The stouts are, I just started getting into the stouts. Nice. So what makes it a stout? What makes it that dark beer the dark beer that it is?
I thought it was because you put it in a little teacup and it was short.
I thought it was molasses.
There you go. We actually, it's all the malts and the yeast and the hops that we use. It makes it that color. So heavy malt profile on the Russian Imperial Stout.
So it puts more sugar in it then?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It during the boil and the transfer to the fermentation tank, we add a certain type of yeast, and that darkens it up. But it's mostly the malts in the boil.
Okay, and it gives it that really chocolatey.
Yeah, chocolatey, coffee, smoky flavor. That people enjoy.
So now we were looking around at these huge fermentation casks, and Chris and I were wondering, like
girthy.
How many kegs do we get out of one of those?
So we have about 10 50 hectoliter tanks over behind Chris here, and then we have about 400 liter hectoliter tanks. The 100 liters are going to yield about 150 15-gallon kegs.
Whoa!
How much could you crank out in a day?
Beer.
You mean how many bottles?
Beer-wise?
Oh, you mean the bottling process?
Keg-wise, it depends on the demand. We can crank out as many as we need. Bottle-wise, full capacity, we could do about 800 bottles per day.
Take one down, pass it around.
Yeah.
And how much of this beer then stays in San Diego?
All of it right now stays in San Diego.
Nice.
Yeah. Within the next month, we will be shipping beer to the East Coast, Upper Midwest, and the Northeast.
They need to experience. They need to experience the love that we feel here, though, Chris. Come on.
Now, you were originally a Brazilian company, or the owner is Brazilian?
The owner is Brazilian, yes. So
nice.
he actually established a brewery in Brazil called Vals Brewing, W-A-L-S.
It takes Vols.
Vols.
Yep.
Vols.
Big Vols.
And his two sons actually run that brewery down in it's called a little town called Recife, northeast of Sao Paulo. Nice. And his two sons actually run that brewery, and he brought his recipes up to San Diego, and we kind of put our own little twist or tweak on the recipes to make them San Diego West Coast style beers.
You just added water.
Exactly.
I thought you added tweak. I was like, that's why I'm up so. Tweaking that.
So now, what makes a beer a Brazilian beer? Is it just the name? Is it just because they're from Brazil?
So Novo is new in Portuguese. Is kind of his own, our main investor, Miguel Carneiro, his own little project up here in San Diego. He wanted to be in the mecca of the craft beer industry in the United States, and San Diego is that.
It is.
We have over 128 breweries now here in San Diego. Whoa. It's insane.
Isn't that crazy?
So he wanted to be a part of that, so that's why he came up and wanted to get established here in San Diego and show everybody what he's about.
And where do you get your hops and your grains from then?
We get them from all over the place.
Oh, okay.
Hops are a little tough right now, actually. They're
sold out.
Yeah, so you have to actually put your order in years in advance so they can allocate your hops for you.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's there's breweries popping up all over the United States, and there's a huge demand for those hops. But we import a lot of our grain and malts from Germany.
That's very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. Chris has another question.
Where can we find you on the web, my friend?
You can find us on our Facebook or on our website at novobrazilbrewing.com.
Like
Yay.
I have a quick question. How are you in the market as far as the big boys, the Coors, the Bushes? How much are the independent? Like you're saying, so many are popping up across just in San Diego, but all over the country. How's that affecting the bigger chains of beer companies?
It's affecting us quite a bit. All the big guys are actually trying to buy up the little guys to have more exposure. They have the money to do it, and a lot of these guys are selling out. That's happened here in San Diego, obviously with Ballast Point. They've been around for 20 years. They got a big chunk of the market here in San Diego, and now they have a big chunk because they sold their distribution rights across the United States. Right. So I mean, it affects us quite a bit. But like the real beer nerds like me and
they don't drink.
They don't drink that water.
Now we're talking.
Not even beer. I mean, it's,
they're kind of on our blacklist.
I like the way you think.
So
I like the way you.
We kind of stay away from them and just focus on the local craft scene, which is taken off here in San Diego.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Hey,
great.
Always a pleasure.
Woohoo! Novo Brazil Brewing Company, and we'll be back. Thank you for listening to the Laugh in Your Face radio show. We're proud to bring you great comedy and commentary every week, and your support helps make this show possible. There's a simple thing you can do, and it doesn't cost you a thing. When you shop on Amazon.com, just click on our Amazon link at laughinyourfaceradio.com first, and it helps support the show. You can bookmark us to make it easier every time you shop at Amazon. Again, there is no additional cost to you, and it really helps us a lot. Thank you. And we really appreciate the support.